Good day, grade 2. Welcome to our discussion in Mathematics 2, the subtraction of 2 to 3-digit numbers with regrouping. Subtraction is taking away a part of a whole. When you have an amount and you subtract from it, the amount becomes smaller. So, let's try to subtract numbers. So, here an example of subtraction. We have 52 minus 13, and last time we talked about the parts of the subtraction. We have here the minuend, subtrahend, and the answer in the subtraction is what we call the difference. Now let's try to subtract 52 and 13. As you can see, in ones we have there 2 and 3. So what are we going to do if the minuend is smaller than the subtrahend? So how are we going to do that? That's how we need the regrouping. So let's try to put 52 and 13 in our place value chart. 2 is in the ones and 5 in tens. And in 13, 3 is in ones and 1 in tens. So let's start to subtract 2 and 3. As we said a while ago, we can subtract 2 we can subtract 3 into 2 because 3 is bigger than 2. So what are we going to do is regroup the 5. 52, when we expand 52, 5 is equal to 50. So when we borrow, or what are we going to do is borrow into 5. So we will borrow 1 into 5, or 1 is equivalent to 10. Then after that, we are going to add 10 and 2. So 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. So that's why the 2 will become 12. And because we borrow 1 into 5, we will minus 1 into 5. So 5 minus 1 equals to 4. So now let's subtract 12 minus 3. So 12 minus 3, the answer is 9. So after we subtract the ones, we will now proceed into tens. As we all know, we subtract or we borrow 1 into 5. That's why the 5 becomes 4. And now we will use 4, not the 5. So 4 minus 1, the answer is 3. That's why 52 minus 13 is equal to 39. So another example, we have here 64 minus 38. So again, we will place it in our place value chart. In 64, 4 is in the ones, 6 in tens, in 38, 8 in ones, and 3 in tens. Now, let's start to subtract the ones. So again, here we have 4 and 8. So we can subtract 8 into 4. So what we're going to do is regroup 6 or borrow from 6. So we are going to borrow 1 into 6 or 10. So we have 10. We borrow 10 into 6. So next is we plus or we add 10 plus 4. So 10 plus 4 is equal to 14. So 4 becomes 14. So we borrow 1 into 6. That's why 6 will become 5. So now let's start to subtract. So once we have 14 and 8. Now we can subtract 8 from 14. So 14 minus 8, the answer is 6. And next is we are going to subtract 5 and 3. So 5 minus 3, the answer is 2. So the answer in 64 minus 38 is 26. So that's how we subtract 2-digit numbers with regrouping. Now let's proceed to 3-digit numbers. So for example, we have here 635 minus 157. So again, we will place this in our place value chart. 5 in ones, 3 in tens, and 6 in hundred. In 157, 7 in ones, 5 in tens, and 1 in hundred. So now let's start to subtract in ones. So in ones we have 5 and 7. So as you can see, 7 is bigger than 5. That's why we can subtract 7 into 5. So all we have to do is borrow 10 into 3. So if we borrow 10 into 3, we will borrow 1, and then 3 will become 2, and then the 5 will become 15. So now we can start to subtract 15 and 17. 15 and 7. So 15 minus 7, the answer is 8. So now let's proceed in tens. In tens, we have 2 and 5. So again, 5 is bigger than 2. That's why we can't subtract 5 into 2. So what are we going to do is borrow 1 into 6. 6 will become 5, and then we will place 1 into 2. So the 2 will become 12. Now, 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. So next, after the tens, we will proceed to 100. So in 100, we have number 5 and 1. So 5 minus 1, the answer is 4. So the difference in 635 and 157 is 478. Okay, another example we have here, 856 minus 69. So again, we will place this in our place value chart. In 856, 6 in ones, 5 in tens, and 8 in hundred. And in 69, 9 in ones and 6 in tens. So now, we will start to subtract in 1. So in ones, we have 6 and 9. So as you can see, again, the subtrahend is bigger than minuend. So we are going to borrow 1 or borrow 10 into 5. So 5 minus 1, it equals to 4. It will become 4. And we will place the 1 or the 10 into 6. So 10 plus 6 equals to 16. So 6 will become 16. So now we can start to subtract 16 and 9. So 16 minus 9, the answer is 7. Now let's proceed in tens. In tens, we have 4 and 6. So 4 minus 6, we cannot subtract 6 into 4. That's why we are again going to borrow into 8. So we are going to borrow 1 into 8. The 8 will become 7, and we will place 1 into 4. So 4 will become 14. So 14 minus 6 is equal to 8. And then in 100, 7 is the only number in 100. That's why we will bring it down. So the answer in 856 minus 69 is 787. So that is how we subtract 2 to 3 digit number with regrouping. Just remember, you have to look at the number. When the number in subtrahend is bigger than the minuend, all you have to do is borrow 1 to the other number. So that is the end of our discussion in our mathematics. I hope you learned something for today. Thank you for watching and listening. Till next time.